Boom, alright, I believe we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everybody here to our Monday Night Raw review. I'm sorry that I'm a few minutes late, but obviously, you know, Raw just ended, and I wanted to make sure that I had this show perfectly set up for all you guys. The 15 minutes is definitely a quick turnaround when I want to try to get some highlights up to you guys and all that. So maybe we got to extend it to 11:20 before we go live. That way I'm going to be able to consistently be here live at a complete time. But guys, welcome everybody to the Raw Review Show. My name's Conman167, and I hope you guys are excited for today's edition. We just saw an awesome episode of Monday Night Raw. From start to finish, I thought the show was really, really well done. And we're going to talk it all over. We're going to break it all down. As we do right here on the show, what we like to do firsthand is we like to break down all of Raw. We talk about everything that happened, and then at the end of the show, we are going to take your live calls. So everybody in the live call waiting room, I see you over there in Discord. Thank you guys for being there, ready to go, and we will get to your calls in about 20 minutes or so. Also, I apologize if the screen is a little darker or off-colored. It looks weird to me as well on my end, so I apologize if it looks weird to you guys as well. But yes, it is the Discord how you guys can call in live to the show. But first things first, what we got to do, it's called the Conman Certified Roll Call. So who do we got in here? We got Steve Taylor, we got Rageless Gamer, we got Caleb Bernstein, we got Nathan Noble, we got John Blum, Sophia Barajas up in here, we got King's Table Peyton Cash, Ahmed Al-Sayed up in here, we got Nathan Noble, B. Gillis as well, Alan aka Cardi, and Marcus Faze as well. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. So, let's just do this thing right now. Let's jump through Monday Night Raw. What happened? How was the show? So, everybody, we started the show off tonight with the WWE Universal Champion, Seth Rollins. He was quickly interrupted by Becky Lynch, his girlfriend. The man's man, as Becky likes to call him. So anyways, we had that go on, and of course that meant that we were getting the combination of some feuds and some storylines, and it was okay. It was okay to start off with. What we had there was Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch basically stand up to Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. Of course, all that went down, all that stuff, back and forth, but the trash talk began when Baron Corbin got his microphone and laid out the challenge to Becky Lynch and to Seth Rollins. Essentially where we ended up with is we got Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans at Extreme Rules, all titles on the line. So that means both of Seth Rollins, his Universal Championship, and Becky Lynch's Raw Women's Championship are on the line in Extreme Rules in a mixed tag match. So let's talk a little bit about this match, because that's one of those matches that when we look at on paper, people are going to turn their nose at. But I bet you it's going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be a lot better than people are going to give it credit for. And I think it has the possibility of being an okay match. It's not going to be anything to write home about, but it definitely will be an okay match. So yeah, that's what we ended up getting there. Now let's go right on to the New Day and the Usos versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan and the Revival. Now, when we get into this match, we start to see how WWE plans to shape their show. We see what they're doing. We see that they are going to try to eliminate wrestling over the commercial breaks. And this is the first match we get to witness that, how it all works. So this was an elimination match. And we've been seeing WWE move into the direction of more elimination matches recently, more 2 out of 3 falls matches, just different ways to break up the matches. That way they can go to commercial break, but not actually have any wrestling going on. So it's kind of cool. The elimination match worked out pretty well. I think, who was it? I'm just reading through the notes right here. It was after an accidental shot to the back of the head from Scott Dawson, I believe. Yeah, to the back of Daniel Bryan's head. Woods rolled up Daniel Bryan for a 3 count, and then Bryan and Rowan were eliminated. So the tag team champions of SmackDown Live were eliminated because Dash and Dawson caused a bit of a distraction. Then we immediately got the elimination of Xavier Woods after the Revival hit an amazing shatter machine right there on the jaw. 1, 2, 3. Xavier Woods is eliminated alongside of Big E, and that leaves us down to the Usos versus the Revival. And these are two of my favorite teams inside the WWE. I will continue to say this. I believe the Usos are the best tag team on this planet. It's going to be really tough to change my mind. They are the best tag team on this planet, and they are going up against what I like to call one of the most gifted tag teams in terms of pure tag team wrestling ability. I think that's the Revival. So it was a pretty good match right there. They restarted it as we come back from commercial break, and then we eventually got Jay pinning Dawson for the 3 count. Usos and the New Day pick up the win. So there you go. There's that match. I thought that was fine. I like the ending as well, off like it was a superplex, right? It was a superplex from Scott Dawson, and then Uso in the far corner leaped off the back of Dash Wilder, hit the Uso splash, 1, 2, 3, it was over, and I liked it. I liked that match. Very entertaining. Then we got The Miz coming on out, and in the backstage segment, we saw for the very first time, everybody, Abby the Witch outside of the Firefly Funhouse. Very first time, Abby the Witch made her way to the backstage, and I can pull this up right here for you guys. Boom. Just take a look at this. Right here. Abby the Witch just chilling in the background. I'm not sure if you guys can really see that. Let's get in very, very close right here. Abby the Witch right there in the background. Boom. That's what she's all about. Just lurking back there as The Miz was looking onwards, trying to figure out what he wanted to do with his day. So he walked down into the ring, and we got ourselves an interesting edition of Miz TV. His hosts, or his guests, were Carmella and the 24/7 champion R-Truth. Truth and Carmella came on down looking paranoid until Miz told them that the 24/7 rules have been suspended for this segment. So you know what, guys? That was a little loophole once again with the 24/7 title getting suspended for certain matches or certain segments. But all it is just to fill up the storylines and to give you a reason to not have to worry about the title being on the line. It also takes that crazy part away from the 24/7 championship so that we can have actual segments. I didn't mind that. Truth was actually hilarious during this segment, though, and Miz continued to question Truth about Drake Maverick and winning the title at his wedding, if it was the right call or not, really starting to paint Drake Maverick in this babyface sympathetic role. Don't mind it. And then, essentially, we got the 24/7 championship match between R-Truth and Drake Maverick. Now, we all know Drake Maverick isn't the most experienced in-ring competitor inside of the WWE at the very least, but regardless, he was going to get this match against R-Truth. We come back from commercial break. R-Truth defeats Drake Maverick in literally no time, and we got the 1, 2, 3. That was it. R-Truth retains the 24/7 champion. But here's where the real chaos started to go. As soon as the match ended, a bunch of wrestlers ran down to the ring with the referee. They chased Truth throughout the crowd. Drake looks distraught in the ring. Caruso interviews Drake, asks him where does he go from here. He doesn't answer and just walks off looking a little sad. That's Drake Maverick and his storyline right there. Then what did we get? We got a little promo backstage between Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. This was just a quick little addition to the story, making sure... Oh yeah, the chat's not working. Hang on. Sorry, guys. I see that totally. I know exactly what happened. I did not update the chat. Guys, thank you. I did not update the chat from the last show. So there we go. Should be working now. Yeah. We got the little promo there between the Nasties, Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. They had a nice little promo backstage basically saying that if they win, they'll become the new power couple in the WWE. Baron Corbin essentially flirted hard with Lacey Evans. Lacey kind of liked it as he walked away. There you go. There's that story continuing. Then we got one of the biggest moments of the night, and you can see this live on my YouTube channel literally as we speak. I am pretty sure right now we are live. With that, yeah, that's on the channel, right? Just making sure that you guys can go view that. Yes, you can. So you can view this entire reaction to the Undertaker return, and that's right, Undertaker is back inside the WWE. I was not expecting that, not at all. Undertaker returning, and man, this was amazing. So we had Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. This match started out as supposed to be a 2-on-1 handicap match where you have to tag in and out of the ring. We didn't get that. Shane McMahon changes the rules as Shane does. He decides to make this a 2-on-1 match. where Corey Graves made fun of the announcer for not knowing what the 2-on-1 match rules were all about. Anyways, this means now that you do not have to tag in and out of the match, and it is both men on Roman Reigns. So it's a very, very unfair match. Roman Reigns tries his best to fight them off. He does a decent job for a little bit, but eventually they start beating him down. At the end of the match, Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre lay down their finishing move, stealing the spear from Roman Reigns. Shane McMahon hits that on Roman. And then just as we're lining up for a big final moment, gong! Gong! Oh, that was supposed to go away as well. Gong! There you go. Gong! And then the lights come back on, and it's not Bray Wyatt. Why did I just mess that up? Oh my god, it's Undertaker in the ring. Undertaker, as the lights went out, ends in a no contest. Undertaker saves Roman Reigns, thus setting up a match at Extreme Rules between Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. Now, if I'm going to say anything right here, we need a Drew McIntyre versus Undertaker match at WrestleMania. That is what we need. Not WrestleMania, SummerSlam, sorry. We need to take it to the next level. We need to find a way to get Drew McIntyre from here to here. I think a match at SummerSlam versus The Undertaker will do wonders with that. I want to see that. But regardless, we are going to get McIntyre and Shane McMahon versus Undertaker and Reigns at Extreme Rules. Okay, continuation right here. Then we got the tug-of-war thing between Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. I thought that was just kind of what it was. It broke down really quickly. It wasn't a long, drawn-out segment. Wow, that wasn't even English. Long, drawn-out segment. It just was over before we knew it. Bobby Lashley then attacked Braun Strowman. And then I believe that was Braun got struck down with a running knee strike as well. So that's how that was. We then saw the entire interview backstage with AJ Styles. We saw him giving like a heartfelt interview, ready for his match against Ricochet. But then he saw Gallows and Anderson dancing in the Congo line of Mojo Rawley's. He did not like that. He did not think that they are taking themselves seriously, and he confronted them. Things got a little bit heated, and then the Gallows and Anderson said to watch us as we go out there and do our work. Well, they ended up losing to the Viking Raiders as Gallows and Anderson put on a decent showing, but Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar, are hot as can be. These guys are great, they're talented, and they are ready-made for the main roster. Gallows and Anderson lose to the Viking Raiders, and that's what it was. AJ was not impressed, as well as it showed him backstage shaking his head as he was watching the monitor. We then got a little bit of a promo between Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss backstage. We start to see the tension in their relationship there. Alexa wanted to get a plan for her match, so she kicked Nikki Cross out of the room, and as we come back from commercial break, Natalya and Naomi approach Nikki Cross, basically saying, hey, this woman is manipulating you. Watch out for her. But of course, Alexa Bliss comes on into the picture, and she thought Nikki Cross was talking about her behind her back. Oh, she did not like that. Naomi and Natalya took offense to Nikki Cross defending Alexa Bliss, and now that set up the match later on tonight. Anyways, though, as we go back to the ring, Heath Slater and Mojo Rawley were in the ring for a match, but all of a sudden R-Truth and a bunch of wrestlers chased him down to the ring as the 24/7 championship was on the line. It started to get hectic, and this is probably the most hectic the 24/7 championship has been. Let me read this for you guys, how this went down. Truth runs into the ring, Slater drops him, and then pins him to win the 24/7 title. EC3 pulls Slater to the ringside, but Slater drops him. Slater realizes he has to run and runs back into the ring, but Truth pops up and hits a facebuster on Slater for the 3 count. Truth is now the 24/7 champion again. Cedric Alexander runs into the ring and hits the lumbar check on Truth for the 3 count to win the title. Cedric tries to escape, but EC3 runs up and hits the 1%er on Slater for the 3 count. EC3 is now the 24/7 champion. Carmella runs out, rips the 24/7 title belt out of EC3 hands. And the distraction leads to R-Truth rolling up EC3 from behind for the 3 count. Truth gets his 24/7 title back as he runs backstage with Carmella. That was that whole segment. It was really, really entertaining. We got a interview backstage with Ricochet as well. And he was basically just talking about his support from his family and friends. Ricochet said that he has to face someone that he's looked up to for a long time in AJ Styles, and tonight he'll prove that he's worthy. We also then saw WWE Champion Kofi Kingston messing around backstage with a tray of pancakes as we go to commercial break. Back from the commercial, Kofi comes on out to the ring for an interview, but all of a sudden Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens take over with the Sami and Kevin show. They do an impromptu interview there with Kofi Kingston, basically saying that he can't get the job done by himself, and Kofi fires back saying, I'm going to get the job done by myself here tonight when I beat you, Sami Zayn, as he called him Sam Zayn, which is kind of cool, dropping the Sami part out of there. This set up the non-title match between Sami Zayn and Kofi Kingston. This was a good, not great match. I thought that's probably the feeling for tonight. A lot of the matches were good, not great, but nothing really bad either. Anyways, this one was good. Sami ended up getting rolled up by Kofi Kingston, though, as Kofi Kingston picks up the win for Sami Zayn. We then got that promo afterwards where that set up a Kevin Owens versus Kofi Kingston match. We go to commercial break and come on back, and this was a very, very quick match. And if I can say this right now, I didn't like the ending. I didn't like the ending of this match. I thought this match could have went on a little longer. I thought this match probably could have been a little better. And I thought it was a cheap way to have Kevin Owens lose via countout like that. Yes, the match was quick. Yes, you don't really want to give away that match. But at the same time, you needed to find a better way to protect Kevin Owens there. I think Kevin Owens got done dirty. And unfortunately, that didn't really do much for KO, for Kevin Owens, for Sami Zayn, or Kofi Kingston in that entire segment. However, what did do a lot for Kofi Kingston, because this wrapped up his feud with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn quite perfectly, and what happened there is then Samoa Joe. That's right, Big Bad Joe. He comes on out after losing that United States title last night at WWE Stomping Grounds, and he attacks he attacks Kofi Kingston from behind and lays him out. He leaves the ring, the stage area. Then he comes back, locks in the Coquita clutch. Kofi Kingston's down, out, as the mouth begins to foam with spit, saliva, whatever you want to call it. Kofi Kingston laid out. Our new feud, the way we're going into it, is going to be Kofi versus Joe. And I can't wait to see that feud. Before we continue here with our review, though, I got to kindly ask you guys to make sure you leave a like on this video. Also making sure you are subscribed to the channel. You can see your name pop up right above my head right here if you do subscribe to the channel. So please, everybody, make sure you do that. Continue to like this video. I want to get this to up to 50 likes. We can do that. All right. So then, we got confirmation that the Roman Reigns and Undertaker versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre match was going to happen. This brought out the Naomi versus Alexa Bliss match. Nikki Cross was at ringside for all of this, and it got a little weird. After Nikki Cross got hit in the head by, I think it was a drop kick, or a baseball slide, that's what it was. A baseball slide on the outside hit Nikki Cross, was intended for Alexa Bliss. That caused enough of a distraction. Inside the ring we go. Alexa Bliss hits the blissful DDT. 1, 2, 3. It's all over. Ding, ding, ding. Ring that bell. Alexa Bliss wins. However, after the match, Alexa Bliss starts to beat down Naomi. She is begging, not really begging, but she is telling Nikki Cross to come on in the ring and start hitting Naomi. Well, after a quick little shove there, that shoved Alexa Bliss down to the ground as well. We got the save from Natalya, thus setting up the 2-on-2 tag team match that we got. Natalya Naomi versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. It was a fine match. I thought it was perfectly booked, honestly, to help build the tag team division. Obviously, Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss are two superstars that WWE wants to try and make a good team out of. They want to create some interesting storylines out of them, and they're doing a good job, in the very least, of creating something different. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross pick up the win after Nikki Cross hit her twisting neckbreaker move, but Alexa tagged herself in at the very end, steals the pinfall 1, 2, 3, and celebrates in the ring with Nikki Cross. We then got Ricochet and AJ Styles coming on down to the ring, and a lot of people were saying that they could see the Fiend in the background of Ricochet's screen. I don't know about this. People are saying that it was the Fiend. We can pull this up right here. People are saying that that little guy in the background right there was the Fiend, aka Bray Wyatt. I don't know for sure. I don't want to guarantee that that's who it was because I legit don't know. But yeah, anyways, that set up our match, AJ Styles versus Ricochet, and I thought this was a very solid match. These two guys told a phenomenal in-ring story. They hit all their big moves, but here's one thing. I did not like the finish. I thought Ricochet should have won that. I really thought Ricochet should have won because he just won the United States title, right? He just won that title. And he loses one day after winning the title. Yes, what this does is this sets up Ricochet versus AJ Styles. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's a feud we all want to see. But you just had Ricochet win a title. Just. And not even 24 hours later, you have him lose. Actually, it's over 24 hours, but still. You have him lose there on TV. So everybody's first impression here of their new champion, if you've never seen Ricochet before, you've never taken notice of him until he won the championship, your first impression of him, if you're a casual viewer, is that he loses and he's the champ. He lost to AJ Styles, a very familiar name. The difference of him winning that match for his career is night and day. Ricochet wins that one. He is viewed as a megastar in not only the casual fan audience eyes, but the diehards as well. People would take notice if you beat AJ Styles. And they could have written it to the point where maybe he could have got a good, clean win with the distraction of Gallows and Anderson or something like, you know what I mean? They could have booked that in a way that Ricochet ends up walking out with the win beside his name. And they didn't do that. They didn't. And I'm okay. I'm all down for AJ Styles getting booked well, and I'm all down for AJ Styles returning. And yes, he just came back from injury, and you want to present him in a good, strong way. But what if maybe AJ Styles had an excuse for why he lost? Maybe he wasn't at 100% and he was trying to come back early. Maybe this starts a heel turn for AJ, as he showed lots of heel characteristics during the show, right? Especially to Gallows and Anderson. So I don't know. I think Ricochet should have had the win there. I think that it's a mistake having your champion lose that soon. I don't know if it's just WWE's hard-on for trying to get people who have titles to lose, to bring them back down to earth, because nobody's allowed to get over inside of the WWE. But your champions can't lose on TV. They just can't. You can't have your champions losing on TV. At least not once they just win a title. And even then, your champions should be viewed as champions. They should be viewed as the best that your division has to offer, right? Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan got eliminated in no time. Both of the tag team champions lost the elimination match earlier on tonight. And while it was a good match, that's both tag team champions losing on the same team. You think if you would have the 4 best tag team members on the roster who are champions, you would end up being able to win. But that's just not how it works out in WWE. They do not like having their champions win on TV because they believe it makes the champions look too strong, thus not able to get other people over to try to beat them. It is backwards thinking. Your champions should be viewed as strong, and anytime they lose, it should be a shock. Absolutely. But guys, I believe that's going to bring us to our live call section of the show. Thank you so much for letting me get through that review part. Now I want to take your live calls and hear what you all have to say. So, we are going to start things off with... I want to do B. Gillis. And then I think we're going to do Nicard Laveria. Lavira? Nicard? Something like that. But we're going to do B. Gillis first. So B. Gillis, you're on the line. And afterwards, like I said, it's going to be Nicard going on with us. Here we go. How you doing, B. Gillis? Welcome to the live stream.
Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Oh, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What'd you think of Raw tonight?
I thought Raw was pretty good.
Yeah?
I liked it.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought overall the show was really good. What do you want to talk about from the show?
I want to talk about the good parts,
Okay.
In my opinion, and the bad parts. So the good parts, I liked how the Undertaker returned. That was definitely a shocker. I would not expect that from him to show up in the middle of the show.
Yeah, it was a complete shocker, man.
Yeah. Another thing I liked is I like the feud with Samoa Joe and Kofi now coming to a rise.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Did you expect to see that happen?
No, I did not. I mean, I thought Joe would be kind of trying to get his rematch for his U.S. Championship against Ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I guess he's just going straight for the WWE Championship.
Honestly, I love it. Just because we've always seen Samoa Joe at this incredible level, right? Like he's on another level when it comes to the microphone than anybody else in the WWE. And he's an absolute beast in the ring. So it's great to see that they're going to put him in a WWE title feud. And especially against somebody like Kofi Kingston, who's going to be able to sell the onslaught from Samoa Joe. And I think now, Samoa Joe is the biggest threat to Kofi Kingston's title that he's had so far. It's going to be a very interesting feud.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough challenge for Kofi.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the 24/7 stuff tonight?
That was pretty funny.
Yeah? Yeah, I thought it was quite good as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I like how just one move put out Drake Maverick. Well, I felt kind of bad for him during his interview with I don't know.
Charlie Caruso, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I felt bad for him though.
I think it's good that they're painting him in a sympathetic babyface kind of style, right? It's just something different. I mean, he's played the cocky heel, he's played the general manager role. He's played all these different roles. Now he's kind of going closer to his Rockstar Spud character. And Rockstar Spud was loved for a little bit there in TNA, right? So I wonder if they're going to try to do the same with Drake Maverick here inside WWE.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, dude. Thank you so much for calling, man. Do you have anything else that you want to talk before we let you go?
No. I think I said what I to say.
All right, dude. But
thank you for having me.
Anytime, man. Thank you for calling. It was nice talking to you. Have a good day.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
All right, let's get Nicard on the line, and then after Nicard, we're going to do, let's do Paul Deadman after this. Hey, Nicard, how you doing, my friend?
Pretty decent. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Thanks for calling. What would you like to talk about here tonight with Monday Night Raw?
You see, I didn't really watch most of Raw. I watched it around 7:30. I saw the Undertaker one. My cable was a little bit laggy, so I had to watch some of the clips on Twitch.
Okay.
But Undertaker was really shocking for me. I would really like to see Undertaker in a singles match because I feel like he does better in singles matches instead of tag team matches. That's just my perspective of it.
Yeah, that's a good idea there. But I think that if they end up going towards a singles match, I'd like it to be Drew McIntyre versus Undertaker at Mania. What do you think of that? Not Mania. Frig, what am I talking about? SummerSlam. It's been a long night. Sorry.
It's all right. Taker versus McIntyre. I mean, the Scottish Psychopath versus the Dead Man would always be great, but I've always heard that Strowman really wanted to retire Taker, and I doubt that would happen at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
but that's really a thing I would like to see.
Jeez, I never even thought about Strowman versus Taker. That would be a decent one-off match. Yeah, maybe that would be one way that they go. Maybe next year's WrestleMania if they want to end Undertaker there.
So, I'm not disappointed about Joe.
Okay.
Kofi. I just don't get it because Joe's on Raw, but I really personally wanted to see Buddy Murphy go up against Kofi because I feel like Buddy Murphy would fit well in that spot since you've seen what he did with the Cruiserweight Championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really.
Buddy Murphy. Interesting idea. Because you're right. We've seen him at the top title position with the Cruiserweight Championship, and he held his own there for sure. I just think that it might be a little too soon if Buddy Murphy was put right into a WWE title picture, especially for people who don't know him right now. It'd be different, but I think, a Finn Balor versus Buddy Murphy for the IC title is a better way to go right now, for their first feud at least.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting. Also, I'm a big fan of Cedric Alexander, so it was kind of upsetting to see him not hold the 24/7 title for a long time. But it is 24/7. You got to understand the rules and everything. Mm-hmm. Also, EC3 held it, and it was great. R-Truth becoming a 9-time.
Yeah, either 8 or 9, whatever. I know they said 9 on the broadcast, but a lot of people were saying that it was a mistake that he's only 8. But then some people were saying 9.
Because I saw the post on Instagram, he said he was 6.
Interesting.
Before that post, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt.
Continue.
The Bray Wyatt figures were always good. Abigail, Buzzard. It was pretty creative. But there was a bunch of rumors that he was going to show up to the show last week, and I think just because the rumors, Vince or whoever just stopped that because they want it to be a big surprise.
Yeah, probably.
And I get it. They want the fans happy, but the fans are anticipated for it. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this then. If you thought the perfect time for Bray Wyatt to debut, when would that be? Would it be at Extreme Rules? Would it have been tonight? If, in your honest opinion, when do you think he should have been debuting?
When he should debut, I feel like it would always be good, but I don't think it should be Extreme Rules. I think he should debut on Raw. Or maybe he should be the one to walk through Aleister Black's door.
Ooh, that would be interesting. Go on over to SmackDown Live, yeah, because they have kind of aired it on both Raw and SmackDown. Kind of bring it over there to SmackDown. That would be interesting. Yeah, that could be fun. Aleister Black versus Bray Wyatt for their very first feud. So let's do some fantasy booking out of that. Who do you have winning?
Well, I think they're really trying to push Wyatt, but they're also trying to Black a very big star within it, and an Aleister Black heel turn would be great. I mean, he does have that look, but everybody loves him, so it would be hard for him to be a heel. It's kind of I could.
Sorry, can you repeat that? You cut out there for a sec.
Heel that everybody loves. The crowd loves. I can't think of one in WWE. I don't know Jericho, but some people hate Jericho. Yeah. Some people love MJF.
That's true. Yeah, some people do love. I mean, you're always going to get fans who love the heel work of characters, right? I mean, I know a lot of us here in the Conman community, we love heels because of their heel work, right? We're just like, man, they're so good. But yeah, I would say Kevin Owens is kind of like that guy in WWE. He can get fans to boo him on a dime, but everybody loves him at the same point.
Also, there's AJ Styles, right? I mean, we both love his face work, but we really wanted to see him heel. I've seen bunches of people in the general chat tonight, talking about, I really wish Styles turned heel tonight.
Yeah, but, he might be as well. This whole teasing of the feud with Gallows and Anderson, or an allegiance with them, or something like that. He's showing some heel characteristics, something that we didn't see from his face run.
I remember back last year when Money in the Bank occurred, whenever AJ Styles was facing Shinsuke, remember?
Yep.
There was some rumors on the internet that Shinsuke, how Shinsuke was heel, and I heard rumors that they were gonna start an alliance, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson were gonna turn heel on Styles at Money in the Bank whenever they were on SmackDown.
I wonder if that's the start of a feud. Maybe this is that feud that they wanted to do all the way back then, and they're like, okay, let's do it now. Maybe this.
But you seen what they did with the Styles and Cena, right? They thought, Styles and Cena, they're gonna attack Gallows and Anderson, and AJ just elbowed Cena. So
true. Yeah, I wonder if they do something like at Extreme Rules, AJ Styles versus Ricochet for the U.S. title, and something happens there. Whether that means they align together to screw Ricochet out of the title to get it on AJ Styles, or whether that is Gallows and Anderson costing AJ Styles the win. They could probably do something there like that.
I have a question for you. Do you like how WWE has really early pay-per-views, like how they did with Super Showdown? They have one 2 weeks later, or do you think they should like split it back to 4 weeks so that way they can build storylines.
4 weeks. Yeah, I always thought that the 4 week gave enough time to build to a pay-per-view, and it made it make sense, you know, being once a month sort of thing. But even that is it's not enough time sometimes to build good feuds and meaningful feuds moving forward. That's why we get all these rehash matches. So yeah, definitely at least go back to the 4 week and then a pay-per-view. But I mean, money talks, right? Saudi Arabia's not going anywhere.
Yeah, Vince really loves Saudi Arabia. How'd you feel about the triple threat cruiserweight match yesterday? There were 2 title changes.
Dude, I love that match. Oh my god, it was stellar. Like, that's what 205 Live is all about. I love that they got the chance to showcase it. Gulak is the champion now. I love that. He has been fantastic.
Yeah, there was a lot of speculation about Gulak.
Yeah,
over
like,
the years.
Don't get me wrong, I love Tony Nese. I thought that he was doing a good job. He never captured my imagination the way that Drew Gulak or, let's say, Neville did, or even Enzo Amore, right, as Cruiserweight champ. He was a good transitional champ, but I think now Drew Gulak being the badass heel that he is, I think he's got a good run ahead of him.
Like how he did a couple of years ago with the suits and everything, and how he was doing his little campaign, and now WWE is okay. Here we go. We're listening to you. And you know, Tony Nese. It's not that he did a bad job.
Oh God,
he looked
no.
good with the He looked good with the title. It's just like his promos were boring and his storylines were boring, and it wasn't his fault. I feel like it was what they were putting him in.
I agree.
Really.
Yeah, I agree with that. 205 Live unfortunately felt the wrath of having a lot of top talent leave. Right? They kind of got a purge of their own. They lost Buddy Murphy. They lost Cedric Alexander. And they lost Ali, right? All within the last little bit. So that's 3 top talents who would be challenging for the title against Tony Nese. Instead, Tony Nese had to have a run against Ari Daivari. He had to have a run, obviously, with Akira Tozawa, Drew Gulak, obviously. And was there another one in there? Another title match?
What do you mean by title match?
Sorry, Tony Nese versus somebody else for the Cruiserweight title. Is there another one in there?
Did you mention Arya?
Yes, I did. Yep. I think that's everybody then.
He's only been in 2 defenses.
Okay, cool. So yeah, he had a decent reign there, but it was time for the title to come off him. He just wasn't on that next level. I think Drew Gulak being a heel is going to allow that title to kind of grow a little bit, because we've seen the heels seem to do better on 205 Live for whatever reason. Just easier to invest in them, I guess.
Okay, so this is what I've been thinking about for the last few days, and when I've been waiting to talk to you. Do you think it's time for Velveteen Dream to lose the North American Championship?
Is there ever a time for him to lose it? Because he is so good with it. But, yeah, probably. I think that after Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano, I think they're going to have a 3rd match in NXT TakeOver Toronto. I think once they're done there, you need to find a way to get Velveteen Dream into that title picture at the top.
I've also heard rumors on Twitter. I've seen pictures on Twitter. It's not really rumors that Pete Dunne has come and challenged.
Yes. So
spoil it for people. So.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Spoilers right here, right now. Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne versus Velveteen Dream for the North American Championship at NXT TakeOver Toronto. That's the rumored match, at least, from what I've seen. And until it happens on TV, obviously nothing is guaranteed. But yeah, that's going to be the match.
Yeah.
It's going to be real good. And I'm there live for that one, so I'm excited to see it.
Going to it?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Going to be there at SummerSlam and at NXT TakeOver Toronto the night before.
That's amazing.
Yeah, very happy. Very excited for it. Anything else that you want to get to before we let you go, man?
A little bit about All Out, and then I'll leave.
All right, sounds good. Let's talk about it.
So Omega and Moxley.
Okay.
All right. So, do you think that at Fyter Fest, Moxley's gonna get attacked by Omega?
I would like to see that. Yeah, that'd probably be good. You got to create some hype for their match, and
it makes storyline sense.
It makes good storyline sense. Yeah, that has to happen, right? Whether it's one of the closing moments or whether it's one of the big shock attacks or what, it just needs to happen. You need it for storyline wise to advance it to their match. Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Sweet, man. Thank you so much for calling, eh? Anything else on AEW? Right before I let you go?
Here's my opinion. MJF should be the next to challenge for the world title.
Really? Wow, good opinion. We'll see if that
Fits
works
it.
out for you.
If you've seen on YouTube what he did with the CZW World Title, I mean, he did a pretty good job with it.
That's true. I'll have to look that up then because I've never seen any of that stuff. So that'll be
Yeah.
good to look up. Thanks, man, for calling. Really appreciate it, and that was a great little chat. Be sure to call back later, all right?
All right, peace out, man.
See ya. Bye. All right, let's get to Paul Deadman now. That was a great little chat there. Once again, that was, I might mispronounce the name, but Nicard Lavira. Nicard, thank you so much, dude, for that call. It was an awesome little chat. Let's go to Paul Deadman. Hey, Paul, how you doing, my friend?
How you doing, Conman?
I'm doing great. What would you like to talk about here today with Monday Night Raw?
Before we get to Raw,
Okay.
thank you for not having this be a 2-year thing again. And, I would like to get a promo on you for the first time.
Whoa, all right. Here we go, Paul Deadman.
Okay.
This is your first promo on Conman 167. I want you to lay into me. I want you to give it right now. The floor is yours. Here you go.
So you see, Conman, I grew up aspiring to be you. I wanted to be you. People call me a young Conman. But I even made a championship belt with your face on it because I was a big fan. But I wanted to aspire to be something bigger than Conman. I wanted to be aspiring to be bigger than the Conman channel, so I ripped that title up. I didn't care for it anymore. And that's because I know I'm better than you. And that job you have, that should be me. Okay? This is my time, and it should have been me. All these subscribers, all these followers, all these donations belong to me, and you know it. So, this Sunday, whenever, I'm going to take your subscribers, I'm going to take your followers, I'm going to take you to the back, Old Yeller style. Boom.
Well. Wow. The subscribers are not yours, they're mine. That was interesting, buddy. Nice little promo there.
Yes, it was. I only really planned the highlights.
Yeah. Hey, man, that was a good little promo. Not too shabby. So, in regards to Monday Night Raw, is there anything you want to talk about?
I'm surprised the Undertaker's back that quickly.
Yeah, right. It was out of nowhere.
Kind of a little mad though that Bray Wyatt might have been on. Don't know. Might have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be mad over Bray Wyatt not showing up because all it does is it makes me want to watch next week to see if Bray's going to be there or not. They're doing a good job with building up the hype for Bray Wyatt. This has been going on for, nearly 2 months now, the Firefly Funhouse segments? Yeah, so it's been a 2-month build for Bray Wyatt, and I mean, a couple weeks here or there, as long as they continue to sprinkle more stuff backstage, like like Abby the Witch being there, or like Mercy the Buzzard, right? As long as they continue to do that, I'm okay with him not being on TV.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I really want to see him come back, and I don't know. I don't really know what I really have him do. Maybe, I don't know.
You're talking about Bray Wyatt coming back and not sure what he'd do?
Yeah, I want him to go for the Universal title, but I was really pulling for Baron to pull it off last night.
Yeah, I like Baron Corbin as well. So were you thinking like a Bray Wyatt-Baron Corbin feud? Is that what you wanted?
No, because then they'd both be healed.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
It'd be, like, Bray Wyatt could come out and cost Baron Corbin the match by attacking Seth Rollins. Then Seth Rollins and Seth Rollins and Bray go into a feud, and Bray walks out champ.
Maybe, yeah. It is tough to figure out where Bray's gonna go, though. Like, you're absolutely right. Because do you put him into the Universal title picture right away and risk him not winning the title and losing steam? Or do you just put him in like a throwaway feud at the start and then risk him not ever picking up steam and not capitalizing on his momentum? It's a very, very tough predicament. One that I don't know how to answer, to be 100% honest. I think you can put him into any feud you want, and he will do well with this new character.
As long as it's not with Kurt Hawkins.
As long as it's not with Kurt Hawkins. All right,
or
dude.
Any heel.
thank you so much, though, for calling. We got to move on to a few more callers. But yeah, make sure you call back later.
Oh, you're doing Johnny next.
Yes, I'm doing Johnny
After
next.
Johnny, you should do my boy Thomas Noble.
Thomas
He's
Noble?
been waiting.
All right.
He's been waiting.
We'll finish off the show here today, or at least try to get him on with Thomas Noble, all right?
All right.
All right, dude.
Good day, Con Man.
Thanks, you too, buddy. Have a good one. Bye-bye. All right, we're going to do Johnny Burns, and then since we're talked into it, we're going to get to Thomas Noble after that. So Johnny Burns, you're up, and Thomas Noble, you're up after him. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Johnny Burns, you there?
Yeah.
Hello.
Here.
Hey, how's it going, my friend?
Doing fan-freaking-tastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. What'd you think of Monday Night Raw tonight?
My favorite part was when the Undertaker showed up out of nowhere.
I think that's a lot of people's favorite part tonight. Crazy. Did you expect it at all?
I didn't even expect it.
I know, right? Like, it was just like, what the heck? Undertaker. Hello. How you doing? Like, what? Yeah, man, it was just so random to see Undertaker tonight.
Yeah, and with your Twitter post, I even called it. For Extreme Rules, Roman Reigns and Undertaker versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre.
It's going
Looks
to
like
be...
that's going to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I'm okay with that match. I think that's going to be entertaining to watch. Anytime Undertaker's in a match, it just makes the match feel bigger. And what I really, really, really hope happens inside of that matchup is that we see something set up Drew McIntyre versus Undertaker, because that is a one-on-one match that I want to see at SummerSlam. I just want to see it so bad.
Me too.
So yeah, if they can do any way to set that up for SummerSlam, man, I'm all over that. What else did you enjoy from Raw tonight?
I enjoyed all those little teasers of Bray Wyatt's return.
Okay. So you liked Mercy the Buzzard backstage and Abby the Witch and potentially the Fiend backstage as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was entertaining, wasn't it? When do you think Bray's going to debut?
I don't even know. Maybe tomorrow during SmackDown, or maybe at Extreme Rules.
I was thinking Extreme Rules maybe as well. If they continue to tease Bray Wyatt over the coming weeks, maybe, just maybe, something will be set up for him at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Thank you so much for calling. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we let you go?
Nope.
All right, dude. Thank you so much for calling. Have yourself a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye-bye, man. All right. And now we've got time for our last caller. It's going to be Thomas Noble here today. Yeah, I know we didn't get to a ton of callers. There's definitely a lot still on the line that would like to talk to me for whatever reason. I don't know why you guys like talking to me. Hey, it is what it is. But here we go. Thomas Noble, our final caller of the day, I believe, unless this call is really quick. Here we go. Mr. Thomas Noble, how you doing, my friend? Your microphone is muted if you want to unmute that. Still muted there, Mr. Thomas Noble. Apparently he is muted. Okay. Don't know what... Oh, there we go. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. What's going on?
Not too much. For a minute there, your microphone was muted, but we're all good now. What'd you think of Raw tonight, man?
You just... before I get to the Raw, first of all, I believe you just unmute my mic. My totally unmuted.
Huh.
To be honest,
I think you were server-wide muted, to be quite honest. It was Syntax just unmuted you, to be honest. So for whatever reason, you're muted server-wide. What's your thoughts on Raw tonight, man?
I was totally shocked of Undertaker's return. My bones are kind of tinkling right now at this point. I thought Undertaker will not come back until another WrestleMania, but not happened this time. He just saved Roman Reigns. God, that just really gets the chills out of me.
It does. It was a cool moment, wasn't it? One that we're going to talk about for quite some time coming forward. And it was so unexpected, right? And I think that's the big thing with WWE, at least Raw from this past show, or at least the past 2 weeks. The shows just have been a little bit more unexpected. We aren't seeing, like, everybody saying, like, oh, it's going to be this person that wins, or it's going to be this person that wins, or this is going to happen. And then everybody say at the end of the show, well, that was predictable. It's not like that right now. It's very entertaining to watch at the moment.
Yeah. Also here, I have something to talk to you about here. I have you in Peyton Cash's WWE Fantasy League with Newfound Alliance.
Okay.
And I have you next week. You'll be teaming with John Cena against the Briscoes.
Awesome.
Yeah, and also, I won 3 gold medals in the Special Olympics Mainstay Summer Games last couple of weeks.
Oh, dude, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And one thing about Raw before you turn off.
All right.
Well, I like the match between Ricochet and AJ Styles, but and you're right about one thing. Ricochet would have won that match. I mean, he just came out of stomping grounds, beating Samoa Joe for the United States title. Like, why would he lose in that match after 24 hours after a pay-per-view?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It's a rough booking decision in that sense. I'm gonna wait to see how this whole feud plays out. I don't know where they're going with this. If it was just the thing that they needed to have happen to make something else happen in this feud. But I do believe that AJ Styles should have lost there. He could rebound from a loss very easily. He could say Gallows and Anderson were in his head, or Gallows and Anderson messed up his game plan by coming down to ringside. There could be excuses there with that one. But there was no reason for AJ Styles to pick up the win there, especially, like you said, with Ricochet just winning the title just less than 24 hours earlier. Yeah, it's a problem. They needed to have Ricochet win that one. You can't have your champions losing on TV, especially when they're brand new champions. You just can't. Makes it look like it's a fluke win for the title holder.
Absolutely. But do you think AJ Styles would turn heel on Ricochet at this point in United States title match?
Absolutely, I would. I think that AJ Styles is kind of floundering right now. They don't really know if they want him to be a heel or a babyface. And I think you could absolutely have AJ Styles turn heel on Ricochet, and people would react accordingly. That's just what would happen, right?
Yeah, I desperately want AJ to turn heel. I want to see a heel AJ Styles belong here.
It would be fun to see. It's been a bit since we've seen him as a heel. So yeah, I'm down for that. Anything else that you want to comment on before we let you go, my friend?
I don't.
Nope. All right, dude. Well, thanks for calling. It was great to talk to you again, and we'll try to get you back on the show soon.
Absolutely.
All right, dude. Thanks again, and have yourself a wonderful night.
Thanks.
All right, guys. So that brings us to the end of our Raw review show here today. Just taking a look through the chat. One thing that I want to say to you guys, please be respectful here in this chat. We certainly... I don't want people out here just ripping on each other because they have different views on wrestling or whatever. This is a very inclusive chat. This is a very inclusive wrestling community. And if you guys want to come in here and try to talk some stuff and try to make stuff up and try to turn people against each other, you're just looking to cause shit just to cause shit, please get out of here. We do not want you here if you're going to be that type of person, okay? But guys, that is going to be it for the show here today. I really appreciate you for all tuning in. I'm going to be getting some more reactions going up on the channel. I'm going to upload my reaction to, I think it's the 24/7 championship title changes and the tug of war, potentially maybe even Samoa Joe attacking Kofi Kingston. I'm going to go through my results and get the best reactions uploaded to you guys possible. But yeah, that's going to be it here for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Con, and that was our Raw review of Monday Night Raw, June 24th, 2019. Bye-bye, folks.